Hello, everyone. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about self-judgment and how it can actually look like self-improvement and how to tell the difference when the lines seem a little blurred and what happens if you go into self-judgment and what you can do about it. So this is something that I sometimes struggle with, and it's okay no matter where you are on your spiritual journey. It's okay because sometimes what we think is self-improvement can actually just be self-judgment in a clever disguise. And the way you can tell the difference is self-judgment sounds like certain phrases such as, I should know better by now. I should have known better. I should have. Anything that starts with I should or I should have, you can probably bet that it is self-judgment. Self-improvement, on the other hand, makes you feel empowered. It makes you feel like you're actually doing something to benefit yourself rather than taking away from yourself and lowering your vibration. To give you an example of this, self-judgment would be something along the lines of, oh, I should meditate more, or I should exercise more. Why aren't I doing that? What's wrong with me? Whereas self-improvement is, oh, someone suggested this new exercise routine. I'm going to try it. I'm going to try to incorporate this into my life and see if it works for me. And if it doesn't work for me, there's no harm in that. I'll try something else until I find something that works for me. Or in terms of, I should meditate more, or I should do this or that, practice more. Self-improvement would look like, I'm going to find a practice that works for me and try my best to be consistent with that and find ways to improve upon that. And there are ways to, if you're going into self-judgment, there are ways to start to shift yourself out of that place. The first thing is just to recognize it. Oh, that's self-judgment again. That's not that it's bad, but it's not where I want to be. And I think just recognize that alone, that's a really powerful practice. Another thing is to recognize that sometimes self-judgment comes in a form that you might not recognize because maybe you've accidentally projected that onto somebody else. For example, when I was in not a very happy place, not a very good place, and I wanted to give up on this work, I did not want to reach out to people, partially because I felt I was concerned, I had a fear, what have you, that they might judge me, but really, I just projected my own self-judgment onto them. Maybe I did have a little bit of a fear, but I realized later on I was really judging myself harshly with that "I should know better" phrase. And that brings me to the last part of how to let go of self-judgment, or how to deal with self-judgment, and that's to surrender it, give it to Spirit, give it to God, but also forgive yourself for judging yourself, because we're human. We all do things that are not always in our best interest. We have negative thoughts, we have conditioning, we have past programming, all of the baggage that we come here with, and that we tend to hold on to a little bit longer than we need to. Actually, we don't need to hold on to it at all, but again, we're human. I hope this resonated with some of you in some way. I'm sending you so much love and many blessings.